Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to another book chat. Um, okay, so uh, what's your word of the year? I've decided mine's interesting because every time someone asks me how things have been and what the year's been like, I tend to say it's been interesting. This just seems to have become my latest description. This is my go-to now. It's interesting. Things are interesting, um, and the last couple of weeks have certainly been interesting. So US election, UK has gone back into a second lockdown. And yeah, so how's everyone doing? How, if you're in lockdown again, do you have plans? Do you have projects? Do you basically just have a really good blanket fort going that's going to help get you through? Because I have considered it. I've discovered Community recently, which is the TV series Community, not an actual community, because obviously we can't go out. But yes, they've been building blanket forts, and I am starting to see the wisdom of that. I think the blanket fort could help a lot with interesting times. So yes, let me know how you're doing, wherever you are in the world, how things are with you. I hope you're looking after yourselves. And if you need a blanket fort, consider this your permission slip to build as many blanket forts as you want, or pillow forts, even a combination. Just go all out. Go all out. Okay, so what I've been reading in November. Right. My month has mostly been, not November, October. It's the start of November. Uh, Not that I'm hoping for 2021 to be a better year or anything like that. A less interesting year. No. Uh, what did I read in October? Mostly I read Skulduggery Pleasant. Now, I read the initial series of Skulduggery Pleasant. Hang on. Which is these. Yeah. They don't actually fit in the frame. Right, so that's the initial series. So it's 9 books. They start off as middle grade and they get darker as things go on. And by the end of it, it's pretty definitely young adult. But they're fantastic. They're set mainly in Ireland. Uh, Young girl, Valerie, not Valkyrie Kane at that stage, she's Stephanie when she starts out. And as far as she knows, her uncle is a horror writer. However, what she soon discovers is he wasn't writing fiction, and she is actually a magician. And her sidekick and mentor and friend is Skulduggery Pleasant himself, who is also her uncle's friend. And they're fantastic. They are very funny. They are very inventive. Everyone has the best names because once you're a magician, you get to choose your own names. So this is how Stephanie becomes Valkyrie Kane, and with Skulduggery Pleasant, we have other wonderful names like Cadaverous Gaunt and Crepuscular, Crepuscular Vine. Brilliant, which, yeah, the whole thing's really fun, full of lots of really bad jokes, lots of puns, lots of action, and I thoroughly loved the first series. I just thought I hadn't started this. I'm really glad I have. Okay, to continue. Now, quite recently, I discovered that there are more books to the series, and I'm probably going to get these all the way wrong way round now. Oh, look, they're numbered. That's handy. So I then picked up the next 3. And I was a little bit nervous about this because the story arc and Valkyrie's character arc in the first books were fantastic. They were just really well done and I loved them. And it was one of those ones where you go, oh, I just hope that it's not going to be ruined by adding on at the end. And I do worry about that sort of thing. It's one of the reasons why I haven't picked up the new Hunger Games book. I know it's not of the Hunger Games, but I just kind of, I want, when something's really good and really perfect, you just kind of want to leave it at that and not add on. It's like those TV series that go on for too long and the characters change, and by the end of it, you'd like or the cast members change, and by the end of it, you just think, oh, yeah, not what I initially started watching. Don't love it. So I was interested in this, and also, of course, you've got this whole arc of the Chosen One, which Valkyrie is, and it's well done. It's not tropey, and she suffers a lot, and at the end of it, yeah, she's pretty broken. So I did wonder how that would play out in the new books. As it happens, very well indeed. He deals with it brilliantly, of this now woman who has been through these incredibly traumatic events, and she's scarred and she's hurt and she is not well. She is not okay, but she is being dragged back into that same world because just because you've defeated one massive enemy, one massive problem, it doesn't mean it's over. And when you have the powers that she has and can be a massive asset to her community and she can help keep the peace for the sorcerers, she kind of needs to go back into it, and Skulduggery is bringing her back in. And so the whole dynamic has changed between them. She's changed a lot as a person. She's grown a lot. She's a lot more vulnerable, and it's just, I thought it was really well done. There's also some great new characters come in, and including Omen Darkly, another great name, who is just he's not very good. He's not a very good sorcerer, but he's a very good person. So you're kind of rooting for Omen all the way through, going, "Oh, come on, you can do it." Um, so they are excellent, and the only problem is that the next one's not out yet, and I've got to wait till February. Gosh it. And then I don't know where I'm going to put all of these extra books because, as you can see, that's the space where the original ones were, and now I have more. And now it's a really big pile. I'll see if I can lift it. That's my upper body workout for the day. You see, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, drop them. Sorry. Right. So that was most of my reading for October. They're big books. Okay, it took me a while. And the other one I read, just to completely go on to something different, is called A Robot in the Garden. Now, this is a recommendation from a lovely friend of mine, and her recommendations before have got me completely hooked on Lindsay Buroka, the Death Before Dragons series. So I did trust her. I was like, oh, I'll just get it there. And I saw it in paperback and thought, I'll just go for it. And this was a really interesting story. It's sci-fi, I guess. It's set in a world that is pretty much exactly the same as ours and exactly the same time frame as ours, but everyone has androids, and you have cooking androids, and you have they don't have driving androids yet, but they're going to have driving androids, and they've got androids do all these various different jobs. And basically, the story revolves around Ben, who is at the start of it, he's kind of annoying. He's very demotivated. He's his wife leaves him, and he's even not all that fussed, kind of thing. But the one thing he is fussed about is he discovers a robot in the garden, and this is a robot. This isn't an android. This is like your child's drawing of a robot. I'm sorry if you can hear that screaming. That's Layla because it's dinner time, so I have to finish quickly. Layla the cat. I don't have a child that's screaming because it's dinner time. If you're not familiar with who Layla is. So this intriguing robot that turns up in the garden and ends up being called Tang, as far as Ben can figure out, because it doesn't speak very well to start with. He knows there's something not quite right with it. There's this little cylinder in the robot's chest which isn't full, and it should be. And so he decides, after his wife's left him, that he's going to fix this robot, and he needs to find where the robot came from. And so they set off in this amazing journey across the world, and it's kind of about where they go, but not really. It's about their relationship developing. It's about Ben growing and Tang growing and the importance to each other, and it's beautiful. It's very funny. Tang is the most brilliant character. He's cute without being too sweet. It's not too sugary. He's very funny. Ben grows. He becomes a much more interesting character as it goes along, and the whole thing is fantastic. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's just a very sweet, very odd story. Ending a little bit predictable, but not too much so. And again, yeah, sweet without being overly so. So it's perfect. It was quite good after all the end of world stuff in Skulduggery Pleasant. So, oh, that's just what I need. So yes, let me know below. What have you been reading this month or last month? Very much last month now. I'm a bit late on this video, but I thought there was too many interesting things happening last week for me to post it. Have you read the Skulduggery Pleasant books? Have you done the thing of picking up a series that's a continuation after it's been stopped for a while? And how have you found that? Have there been some that have been great? Have there been some that have been not so great? Let me know below. And above all, I hope you're looking after yourselves in these very interesting times. And now I have to go and feed the cat because in a minute she'll come and knock the camera over. Because, yeah, we all know who's in charge around here. Okay, look after yourselves, lovely people, and we'll see you next time.